Welcome back to Streamlit Prediction Dashboard Building Lessons. Previous lesson we completed the historical data fetching from Tiingo and FMP. Now it's time for two new methods, fetch daily and price for FMP and Tiingo accordingly. Let's proceed with FMP first, then we will move to Tiingo. Let's have explanatory one-liner, fetching today's closing prices from FMP. This method will run at the end of each trading day, getting the closing prices for the given stock and comparing those, and it will be used, this method will be called to compare the prediction versus the actual. So both these methods will do the same thing. This is just a matter of having redundancy in terms of data sources. Okay, first we are try URL equals to f string self base URL, and here will not be the historical data, but it will be the quote symbol and not prices. Params will be another dictionary, whereas it will have actually one argument, API key equal to self API key. Response will be request get URL, params, and timeout, and response raise for status. The data will be response JSON, if not data, logger, warning, no quote data or symbol. Forgot to add the abstract here. So if there is no data, we will throw an error and return none. Now price of the stock will be data 0, so the first element in data, get price, the first array in data which we received from endpoint, and among those it will search for the first record and the field named price. If price is none, logger, warning, string, no pricing information today for the symbol stock. Let's keep it consistent symbol. And here we also return none, and if none of this is met, we are adding a logger message info string fetching today's closure price symbol equal to price, and let's make it look even nicer. We want to have it 2 digits after decimal, and return float price. And except exception SE, we are handling the exception part. Logger error, set of string error, fetching today's price, symbol. Here we again returning none. Let's add here to make a discrete display. We want to have explicit information, what happened and why happened. So again, we will go over trying the URL, we're providing API key as parameter, getting a response. From this response, we are checking the first array, and among that array of data, we're looking for price field, validating the price to be existent, so not to be none. And otherwise, if anything goes wrong with R, returning non-type as a price. The same goes basically with Tiingo, but let's do this time manually. Fetching today's closure prices, closing prices. First, for Tiingo, we are validating the API key if not self Tiingo API key, logger warning, Tiingo API key is not set. And here we will return, forgot here, syntax. Now, if it's not the case, our try URL goes to self Tiingo URL, and not quote symbol, but symbol prices. Our params will be token, which is self Tiingo API key, start date, will be daytime now, and string formatted time, and the date will be 10. Necessary show the date time now string. Oh, we forgot one more important field here, the format with JSON. So we are forming the URL with the following parameters: token, start date, and date. Make sure that both of them have the same syntax, which will be daytime now, and we're converting the year, month, and date part of it. So we don't need our etc. We're just getting the start date and end date the same date, so 1 day for your prices. Response, request get well, same goes here. Data, which will be response JSON, and if not data, will show warning. Here, warning. Tiingo. And while we are on this, let's add here. So if this is not the case, we are returning none. But if it is, price will be data 0 get not the price but a JSON price. You remember our previous lesson we made adjustment of the data frame columns to make them intact with what's coming from FMP, so both of them will show the same thing here. Price will be data JSON price. If price is none, logger error warning. No price data found. Here again, return none. Then again, logger info string fetching today's closing prices for the symbol will equal to this from Tiingo. And here again return floats. And once this all covered, except exception E, logger error fetching daily closing prices for Tiingo and putting f string in front of all of this, and here then we will learn. So let's go over this one more time. For both methods from FMP and for both data sources, we have separate methods to get the daily end or daily closing prices. We define the URL, setting up which parameters should be added to URL, and you can see that the approach is different. Tiingo has way more data needed. Endpoints also are different, but then almost everything is similar. We're receiving response, we are raising for the status of the response, the data is saved in a JSON format, and then we are approaching data, checking if it's not empty or it's not none. If it's none, we are throwing a warning in the console and showing what happened and returning none as the price of given stock from this data source. But if it is, we are getting the data array appropriate section, which will be the first, so historical kind of historical data, but backwards, so latest day is the current day. We are getting the price column for Tiingo, for FMP, and adjusted price for Tiingo, and then returning the price in a float format. This is all for today. Next, we are going to implement, call these all methods for fetch today prices and then save today prices, and we will have another session for update historical data. So these both methods, hopefully we will be able to cover in the next session, and then there will be a separate session for update historical data method. This is all. Thank you for your time and see you at the next lesson. Bye bye.